What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Angel here, and today I am with Aaron. How you doing, Aaron?
Fantastic. Glad to have you out.
All right, man. Glad to be here with you. So today we're here to talk about this beautiful, you might say it's not beautiful, but man, this thing is crazy. Time attack machine. So talk to me about your car. How long have you had your car?
4.5 years now since we picked up the chassis out of Louisiana. So
okay,
we've been working on it slowly and surely ever since.
Okay. So obviously there's a specific thing that you're going after, which is time attack. Now give me a quick rundown of what time attack is and what are some of the basic rules behind it. What do you got to have for a time attack car?
Well, I mean, essentially the reason why I went to time attack, I mean, I was obsessed with GT300 racing, wheel-to-wheel, Japanese style racing of cars of this type, but unfortunately I can't afford wheel-to-wheel racing because you're gonna often destroy your car. It's never gonna come out clean, and you're gonna break a lot more than you come back with most of the time. So time attack to me was a way of being able to hit that same sort of style of racing feel, but instead you're separated from the other vehicles. The contact is going to be very, very limited, if any at all. And realistically, you're just going for, you know, best lap. You're out there trying to beat yourself realistically, but beat other people inside of your class. I don't necessarily going into it saying that I'm gonna, you know, be throwing out competition on everybody and that sort of thing. It's been a long time since I've even raced, because I've been waiting to build my dream to do it again. So realistically, it's about getting out there, starting to get some times, seeing what a car that I built can do against other cars that you know, like a GT3 Porsche or something like that, you know, like what it could do time-wise on the same track, on the same day, and see what I can bring it to. So,
awesome.
So that's what time attack is for me. For other people, it's different. I mean, people go into it with some pretty heavy intentions, but for us, it'll be unlimited class, mainly because I wanted to do whatever I wanted, and then it'll be about putting down some times and seeing where we end up.
Awesome. So give me a quick breakdown of your car. Now, I know this is not the way you bought it, obviously, but it has taken what you've been telling me about 4 years. What was the first thing? Where did it start for you? And give me a quick run down on your power plant as well.
Awesome. So Toyota MRS Spyder, technically. It's their third gen MR2, the one often forgotten. The hairdresser car, as a lot of people like to call it for some unknown reason.
Shame on them.
Yeah, I know. Shame on them. Shame on them. But realistically, people have been starting to find out now that this just chassis, ZZW30, is a very strong chassis to track. With it being midship based, right, rear-wheel drive, mid-engine, it's a great platform to have great balance, and it's very, very inexpensive to get into. So as more and more people start to shed light on this build, like you're doing, and other builds that are even more accomplished than this or along the same lines as this, people will start to realize that, oh wow, like, you know, if a broke guy like him can do it, then surely a guy like me could build something like that as well. So, you know, it's one of those things where I think it's just going to take a certain amount of time for people seeing these out there, good representations of them on the track, and the community is fairly large. And then I think people will start to pick up pretty quick on this being a fast chassis to build up and get some more, basically get some more manufacturers in on building the chassis up to help the community as well. So.
So power wise, now we spoke on the numbers. Give me we can open the, I will say the hood, but this is the trunk.
Yeah, they say trunk. I like to say lid because then it's less confusing. Okay,
well, let's open the lid.
But
give me a quick breakdown of your engine, power plant now, turbo setup and everything. What all is done to it?
Okay, so this is a 2ZZ GE engine, often well known to being in the Lotus Elise, but not as known for being in lots of other cars. Corollas, Vibes, there was even another Toyota car, Celica. A lot of cars have the 2ZZ GE engine in it, and a lot of people just don't know about it. So it's actually a very easy engine to source. It's a very strong engine. It's good for like 9,000 RPMs, you know, right off the rip. Is tuned fairly well. I think it comes with like 180 horsepower or something. It's a 1.8 liter, but it can be built fairly well. So along with that, we've got a C60 6-speed transmission, and that's the same thing. Often known as it coming out of the Elise, but really it's out of a lot of the manual sport cars that the 2ZZ came with. So like if it was a Celica GTS manual, would have the C60 in there. It's got The transmission right now only has a Toyota helical LSD.
All right.
But we're looking to actually build that here soon. I've got a sponsor that I'm trying to get involved to help me build that up, get some straight cut gears for it, build it up so I can actually get the full power that the car's good
Right.
for. But as far as the setup goes, comp oilless turbo, that's how we get that crazy orientation, which right now it's got a water sock on there, but it also has a turbo guard. Air filter on there as well.
That is a pretty wild setup. Just the way it sits.
Yeah,
That is wild.
The #1 comment that I get online is, hey bro, you know, you got your oil, you know, feed going the right, it's never gonna feed oil that way, and your turbo's going the wrong direction. And it's like, I know. That's the magic of comp turbo. It's an oilless turbo. So it uses packed grease. And it's a much tighter design, so it spins a lot better. And I mean, it's amazing. I mean, for me, I've never had access to such an amazing turbo. So, you know, I don't have a lot to compare it with, honestly, but at the same time, the noises it makes, the spool, how fast it is, and the fact that you can put it in any orientation like that is absolutely amazing. So it worked out perfectly for this build. Everything was trying to get that supercharger feel out of a turbo build. So the volume of air between the intercooler and the throttle body is extremely minimal. All you have is a 600 horsepower rated core intercooler that was custom made. It's got the Turbo Smart race port on there, which sounds like a whole bunch of different blow off valves, just depending on what boost you're running and where you let it off at. I'm also running the Turbo Smart wastegate as well. And again,
right there.
Yep, straight on through. So the exhaust is what, about 14 inches long. Downpipes divorced. So I mean, it all sounds, you know, pretty extreme. But we went with the Sidewinder style manifold, so that way we could get everything nice and close to this side, and again keep that air volume extremely low. So so that way, as soon as that thing's spooling, air is going right in. It's not wasting any time. So
that is awesome, man.
The 2ZZ is built top end, so it's got a lot of Monkey Wrench racing parts. Monkey Wrench racing valves, retainers, springs. It's got stage 2 turbo cams, so it's good for, I mean, I've seen people spin them up to 10,000 RPMs. I don't think we'll do that. We'll probably be at around 9,200 or so, which is still amazing for the power that it puts out, to have that much power all the way up into the RPM band, especially with such a small turbo.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, that's the best of both worlds as far as I'm concerned. To get in depth on the fuel setup, 1,000cc injectors, radium rail, 450 pump, Border City fuel hat that's over there. That means that I can hang a much larger pump, radium fuel filter. So I mean, it's good as it is, because I've got MAL pistons in there. It's still a 10.5.1 compression, so it's still a high compression turbo build. So the magic's all in Link ECU and Jason's tuning, but it's, you know, it's still good for a good 450, 500 horsepower as it sits right now. That
is impressive, man. It's tremendously crazy. Now, I'm gonna ask you to do something for us.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I did a quick take, like a cold start, and the car sounds impressive. Could you please turn the car on for us?
Yeah. Would love to.
This, guys, this thing, it sounds crazy. The way I mean, it's amazing, really.
So a lot of people ask me why I haven't gone with the new fancy buttons and all that sort of stuff. Me personally, I like the flip switches because it kind of brings back that old, like, I don't know, you know, jet fighter engine feel, you know. I'm still turning the key. I got a press button as well, but I gotta, you know, there's still some things I gotta fine tune here. I'm not shy about that. This is
That sounds so good, man. That really sounds impressive. So we're gonna go for a quick ride along so we can get a feel of the car. He's gonna show us, you know, what the car is capable of. So y'all stay tuned. Here we go. I am being told that I am the tallest person ever been on this car. So
hey, you made it.
I made it.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to the office.
Okay, let me get buckled up.
Where the magic happens.
Yeah, magic. We'll call it magic today. Okay.
Hopefully hopefully someone just recently got in here that's a little bit bigger than my fiance, so hopefully there's a little bit of room for you. If not, you can unroll out on that side. There should be a little roll of material.
We'll make it work. I think we can make it work.
Okay.
Struggles, I don't know how to. Let's see. You go here, and then you go here.
There you go. That's the money.
All right, we're set.
All right.
All right, I'm excited for this one. I am very excited. And it's not as loud as it is on the outside, even though it is open, but it doesn't sound as loud.
Yeah,
well, you haven't hit it hard. Well, we'll see.
Yeah. It's not that bad on the inside. Honestly, it's way worse when you put the hardtop on.
Right.
The hardtop kicks all that sound back in.
Right.
And you can hear every little thing about the engine, which I guess for some people is fantastic. For me, I'm a high anxiety individual, so I don't want to hear every single noise because unfortunately for me, it makes me think something's wrong.
All right, there you go. That thing sounds crazy, man.
So here's what's wild, right? Everything that you feel today is basically going to be out of lift.
Okay.
VVTi,
Right.
So that's, you know, Toyota's version of VTEC. So I mean, imagine your favorite Honda boy, right? Not being able to go into VTEC, right? That's basically,
sorry guys.
Yeah, that's what I feel like right now. So we broke an axle last time we were at the dyno. A little crazy circumstance. It was more about suspension geometry.
Right.
I had some stuff going a little too low. So we had to change that up for the CV axle setup in the rear to be able to be happy at high RPMs. So we broke an axle at about 7,000, 8,000 RPMs, and that limited our tuning. So we're basically staying at about 6,500 RPMs of the available 9,500. So it's also tuned for about 15 pounds of boost, and we're running 10 at max. Just to keep things safe because we know it's not fully tuned yet. So, so you'll have to come back and get some highway feels.
We're definitely gonna do that. Woohoo! Wow, that is crazy, guys. That is crazy.
But that, to me, like the blow-off valve that I always liked was that old school Blitz Godzilla blow-off valve. Do you remember that?
Right.
It was on the Gen 2 SW20 MR2s all the time.
Right.
I desperately wanted one, but I didn't want old technology. So, Turbo Smart. I mean, these things are absolutely amazing, and it has that same just full energy release of the air.
Right.
But it's built on a technology platform, and I mean, when you feel them, they're so incredibly light, but they feel so well machined. It's impressive stuff.
Right. Man, what a ride. Definitely one of the wildest rides we've been into. So you were talking to me about your ECU. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that's been a passion project for some good friends at Panic. So Panic Wiring is two gentlemen. Mark Panic does all the main work, and then his brother helps him out with advertising and setting up all the business and that sort of stuff. And I'm just telling you, they are absolutely amazing people. I had a sponsor that was involved. They did do some good things for me, but left me hanging. Got in some trouble. Wasn't an honest person. Let's put it that way. And that's the way you got to be to work with me, and for me to respect you. So that person left me high and dry. Screwed me over on some parts and some money, and somehow Mark found out about it. In fact, I think it was through a garage CRW. Found out that I was having some issues. I gotta stop for that, right?
Oh man, I will never get tired of that.
So I don't mean either, right? Especially since it's been taking so long to get to it. So garage CRW hit up Mark and was like, hey, I know this guy. He kind of got screwed over. He's in the need for an ECU and for, you know, a wiring harness. What can you do? He was all into the SW20 stuff, doing a lot of cool harnesses for Altez's and just other really cool builds, A86s. and was like, yeah, I'll take him on. And I mean, he's just been a blessing. And I'm not even a religious person, but I'll use that word because that's how helpful they've been. Oh, gotta respect going under a bridge, right? But so either way, they've been awesome. They created a custom ECU setup for the car. They're doing a commercial for it right now, and then they're going to be releasing it on their website. I think it might already be on their website. They're just not advertising it yet.
Right.
And I mean, it's going to be the easiest way to wire up your MR2 to a 2ZZ, and it'll be the easiest way to be able to go to higher levels on that 2ZZ because of the Link ECU.
That is awesome, man.
We're running a Storm right now is what we're running. So that's, I think, what the base level pack that they'll have on there. And it's just a great setup. It's awesome.
That's cool. And see, that goes to tell you that there's a lot of good companies, a lot of good people that are willing to work with you, a lot of good, honest people. So shout out to them. We're going to put a link in the description.
Yes, definitely.
So if anybody has any questions, they can definitely reach out to them. But man, this thing is wild.
Yeah, we wouldn't be driving in it right now if it wasn't for Mark Panic and Panic Wiring, for sure. I mean, I've had other people, Midship Garage, they came in really, really high, being able to help me with some fuel components that I needed at the last moment, and that's what stopped us one of the dyno runs before from getting good numbers. Border City Performance also helped out with some fuel components. So it's just one of those things where, you know, you might find one bad company or one person out there that doesn't do the right thing, but if you're a person like I am and you look for the good, you'll eventually find those people that are right people to work with and that are going to truly help you get to where you want to go. So I'm very thankful for those people.
All right, so we're going to see you back at the spot. All right, everybody. So, man, I really want to say thank you for showing us your car, showing us the whole thing, in and out about it, taking us for a ride along. Very impressive build, everybody. So, any special shout outs to anybody?
Yes, I mean, definitely. I mean, I know I said it a few times in the video, but Panic Wiring, Mark Panic Brothers are awesome. Link ECU, Jason at Link is our tuner and absolutely amazing. Local dyno source is Larry, LSX Performance Tuning, and really, I mean, there's a lot of people involved in this build, so I appreciate them all. Hopefully I can send you some links and you can throw them up on there, but
most definitely.
Every little person that's ever had a hand on this build, they know how much I appreciate them, because they've felt it. So
that is cool, man.
So thank you for shedding some light on the build. I definitely appreciate it. It's cool having someone out take interest in it and want to ride around in it. So
thank you, man. We do appreciate that. So everybody, until next time,
buckle up
and keep tuning. Go for it.